Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was reading an article celebrating the Mars Rover Perseverance's second anniversary on Mars. How it's been busy collecting samples of Martian soil, because we can do that now. And a comment at the bottom of the article caught my eye. Someone was asking about China's rover on Mars and how it's been awfully quiet lately. And I didn't even know that China had a rover on Mars. So I started clicking around and yes, confirmed. China does have a rover on Mars, and something might be wrong with it. Currently, there are 3 active rovers on Mars: Perseverance and Curiosity, both of which come from NASA, and Zhurong, which comes from CNSA, or the China National Space Administration. Zhurong launched on the Tianwen-1 mission in July 2020, and the lander carrying the rover touched down on Utopia Planitia, an area in the northern hemisphere of Mars, in May of 2021. And at that time, communication back with the CNSA was established. This actually makes China only the second nation behind the United States to successfully land and communicate with a Mars rover. Zhurong's mission is to study the topography and geology of the area, as well as to survey and examine the soil and do some atmospheric sampling. And in June of 2021, it started to send back some amazing pictures, including this adorable selfie. Look how cute this thing is, you guys. I'm getting some serious Johnny 5 energy from this thing. And everything seemed to be going pretty smoothly until May of 2022, when the rover went into a planned hibernation to help it ride out the low temperatures, dust, and sandstorms that are common in a very harsh winter on Mars. The rover had a special anti-dust coating on its solar panels, which it angled before hibernating in anticipation of the storms and its subsequent emergence from hibernation. And it was supposed to emerge in December of 2022, but nothing. No calls home. Now, CNSA is notoriously tight-lipped about most of its work, but a report from a newspaper called the South China Morning Post, which is an English language newspaper based in Hong Kong, has said that they have yet to receive any signal from the rover. And an unnamed source told the Post that, quote, most likely, the sandstorms have seriously weakened Zhurong's capacity to use its solar panels to generate power. And some images from NASA seem to confirm that it has not moved in a minute. Here are 3 images from NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. And the bluish dot is the Zhurong rover. The image on the left is from March 2022. The middle image is from September 2022. So as you can see, it was definitely moving around then. But the image on the right is from February 2023, 5 months later. Not so much with the movement. So yeah, it does appear to be a bit stuck. Again, the China National Space Administration has been very quiet about all of this, and their official announcements about missions are usually very few and far between. So I'll just have to keep an eye out on this one and see if maybe we get some kind of updates at some point. Perseverance, meanwhile, just celebrated its second anniversary on Mars and seems to be bustling around like never before. The rover is nicknamed Percy, and Percy's mission is more on the astrobiology side than geology. Among other things, his goals are to identify environments capable of supporting life and seeking out evidence of former microbial life existing in those environments. Perseverance, which is roughly the size of a car, has traveled nearly 10 miles, taken over 166,000 images with its 7 cameras, and drilled into Mars with its drill-toting robotic arm 39 times. And in celebrating Percy's anniversary, I was looking over some NASA videos of Percy's landing back in 2020, and I don't know if you guys have seen this video or not, but I have to show it to you. Just a couple of minutes, and it just gives me chills. It's the kind of footage that just makes you feel like you are there, and I live for it these days.
An altitude of about 12 kilometers from the surface of Mars.
Heat shield set.
Perseverance is now slowed to subsonic speeds, and the heat shield has been separated. This allows both the radar and the cameras to get their first look at the surface. Current velocity is 145 meters per second at an altitude of about 9.5 kilometers above the surface.
Nav filter converge. Velocity solution 3.3 meters per second. Altitude 7.4 kilometers.
Now has radar lock on the ground. Current velocity is about 100 meters per second, 6.6 kilometers above the surface of Mars. Perseverance is continuing to descend on the parachute. We are coming up on the initialization of terrain relative navigation and subsequently the priming of the landing engines. Our current velocity is about 90 meters per second at an altitude of 4.2 kilometers.
LVS valid.
We have confirmation that the lander vision system has produced a valid solution and part of terrain relative navigation.
Priming. TBA is nominal.
We have priming of the landing engines.
Back shell set.
Current velocity is 83 meters per second at about 2.6 kilometers from the surface of Mars. We have confirmation that the back shell has separated. We are currently performing the divert maneuver. Current velocity is about 75 meters per second at an altitude of about a kilometer off the surface of Mars.
Here in safety Bravo.
We have completed our terrain relative navigation. Current speed is about 30 meters per second, altitude of about 300 meters off the surface of Mars. We have started our constant velocity accordion, which means we are conducting the sky crane, about to conduct the sky crane maneuver. Sky crane maneuver has started, about 20 meters off the surface.
We're getting signals from MRO. Tango Delta.
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
And of course, NASA has an interactive map where you can see where Percy is on Mars on any given day. I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to check it out. There's a lot more I could talk about in terms of Perseverance and all the cool gadgets it has. It's like the queue of Mars rovers, just gadgets galore hidden all over the place. There's even a small helicopter, completely true. So if you guys would be interested in maybe a video about that, let me know in the comments below. And as I said before, if I hear anything more about the Zhurong Rover, if he comes back to life, I will let you know. But in the meantime, just take a moment and think about these three adorable rovers roaming around Mars right now, just being the cutest, tooling around, picking up some rocks. I know some people are really frightened of robots and kind of get strong Skynet vibes from like all of them, but I just cannot be frightened of these guys. I think they are super, super cute. I really hope I didn't just jinx us all. Okay, that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, I will see you in the next video.